Hey blog buddies, so we're keeping it old school today. I'm using my webcam, but I want to share with you a coming out story, my coming out story. And I know I made a few years ago a video about my coming out story, but I'm applying for this YouTube Creator Institute where you learn, it's like a filmmaking course. And one of the things that you need to do to apply for it is write a 600 word or less essay about the most emotional experience of your life. And for me, the most emotional experience of my life was coming out to my mom. And I don't know if that's because my life has been extraordinarily easy or if because coming out to your parents is really just that hard. But that's what my moment was. So I just wanted to record a quick little webcam talkie blog here to read you my coming out story. So, without further ado, describe the most emotional moment of your life. When I remember the most emotional moment of my life, January 29th, 2001, it feels like yesterday. I can still smell my mother's hand lotion as I laid my head in her lap. Putting down her book and placing a hand on my chest, she could feel my racing heart and knew that I had something to say. Coming out is an ongoing experience. It doesn't happen just once. It happens each day. I come out to the grocery clerk when I steal a kiss from my boyfriend while waiting in line. I come out to the strangers on the street when I hold his hand. I come out to the waitress when she asks if we're brothers. But coming out to mom is very different. If the clerk snickers, or if the strangers yell a slur, or if the waitress refuses to serve us, I can get on with my life. I can shrug it off and hope that the world continues to get a little bit friendlier. But if things don't go well with mom, it's a much scarier reality. When I came out to my mom on that January night, I was very much aware of what that moment meant, and I was terrified. When you tell someone that you're gay, it's impossible to anticipate his or her reaction, especially if that someone means the world to you. When my mom asked what I needed to say, I couldn't find the words. As she held my head in her lap, I felt so vulnerable, like a young child. I knew that so much of my future was hanging on this moment, and that it was all so beyond my control. I remember hearing the tick of my mom's watch against my left temple, and in the space between the seconds, I imagined what it would like to be homeless and disowned. I wondered where I would go or how, at age 17, I was going to make a living for myself. I felt the cold nights alone under the stars and the emptiness in my stomach. Instead of saying the words that I couldn't get myself to say, my mother started finding them for me in a game of 20 questions. 20 questions soon became 30, and then 40. Did you steal something? She asked. No, I replied. Did you see something that you shouldn't have seen? I shook my head. Having gone through the full list of venials, my Catholic mother was running short on sins. Well, is this about a girl that you like? Close. There was a pregnant pause, and in that moment, it felt like entire lifetimes came and went. The pause said everything that I couldn't, and in our silence there was a knowing that only tears could acknowledge. We cried. My mom rocked me, her vulnerable 17-year-old son, back and forth. She cried because she knew that life was hard for everyone, but that it would be even harder for me as a gay man. She cried because her reference point for being gay was the AIDS crisis of the 1980s, and because she didn't want her son's life cut short. She cried because the emotional gravity of the moment almost required it. Her tears, our tears, said it all. It's been 10 years since that fateful January night, and though it hasn't always been sunshine, rainbows, and roses, I've never spent a single lonely, hungry night under the stars. Not a one. So that's my coming out story. I hope you enjoyed it. I just wanted to share it with you. So I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.